The following is an example of curriculum currently available to students in 12 metro school districts, including elementary, middle, and senior high school students. The title is It's Perfectly Normal. Keep in mind this is for use with children as young as 10 years old in our public schools. Parental advisory. The following pictures are from the curriculum It's Perfectly Normal. They are very sexually explicit. Please remove children from viewing at this time. We know this material is disgusting. However, we believe it is necessary for citizens and parents to understand the pending danger House File 826 can and eventually will mandate on public schools. If you show a child 0 to 18 years old the following sexually explicit Common Core curriculum, It's Perfectly Normal, or they find it outside the walls of public schools, you or the adult could be charged with obscenity crimes under state statutes. However, our public schools are exempt from state obscenity laws and therefore free to expose our children to these or any unhealthy sexual behaviors, images, resources, and perversions they choose. Note, there are many good and excellent educators and administrators in our public schools who would not show this type of curriculum to students. However, if House File 826 passes and is signed into law by the governor, they will be mandated to use and implement this type of curriculum on children as young as 10 years old. This is why we have chosen to blank out areas of scanned pictures of the actual curriculum, It's Perfectly Normal, that is to be shown and taught to children in Minnesota public schools. Again, an adult outside the protection of the public school, unlike a teacher, could be charged with state obscenity laws. Due to state statutes, we have censored some of what is being shown in Minnesota public schools. Are these the comic stories you grew up with? Are they appropriate for elementary students? In Chapter 5 on page 16 and 17, children are taught that ancient Greeks thought that love between two men was the highest form of love. On page 57 it states, there are other ways people make love and have sex. When a person puts his or her mouth on a female's vulva or on a male's penis, this is called oral sex or oral intercourse. When a male's penis goes inside another person's anus, this is called anal sex or anal intercourse. Some people think that when people have oral sex or anal sex, they are not having sex. Keep in mind the curriculum censors the medical, biological, and genetic facts of such unhealthy and perverted behaviors and instead indoctrinates children as young as 10 years old with lies and deceit. We believe that the majority of taxpayers and parents do not believe that this type of curriculum is developmentally appropriate for children as young as 10 years old. Yet if HF 826 becomes law, this type of curriculum could be mandated into every public school in Minnesota. The following is where It's Perfectly Normal has been made available for students in 12 Minnesota metro school districts, including elementary, middle, and senior high school students. The consequences of showing young children sexually explicit and obscene material can be worse than what you think. Viewing obscene material releases a chemical called dopamine in the brain. This creates a related problem, what experts call tolerance. In other words, the need for more of a given stimulant, harder and weirder porn for the same amount of dopamine. In the end, the result is what Deutsch politely calls potency problems. The study Use of Pornography in the Criminal and Developmental Histories of Sexual Offenders examined the exposure to and the usage of pornography in the histories of rapists and child molesters. The study found that both groups reported exposure to pornography and were significantly more likely to use pornographic materials before and during their offenses. House File 826 also calls for community organizations to help in the implementation of bullying instruction. One of the community organizations that have sponsored House File 826 and are likely to help the implementation of it in our public schools is GLSEN, the Gay, Lesbian, Straight Educational Network here in Minnesota. You can find out more about this organization by visiting their website and see why parents have concerns about their involvement in bullying instructions. Also, it should come as no surprise that Planned Parenthood has endorsed the curriculum, It's Perfectly Normal, and its explicit sexual message to our children. Remember, Planned Parenthood makes millions of dollars and justifies its existence when young children act irresponsibly sexually at a younger and younger age. Tell Governor Dayton and the legislators no to House File 826 and Senate File 3 or any other type of similar bill. Finally, we as responsible citizens need to act compassionately to those who are trapped and addicted to unhealthy sexual behaviors that are destroying young people's and adults' lives. Let us have a revival in our culture and return to moral absolutes where we express our human sexuality within the bonds of traditional marriage for the sake of our children. God bless you, and may God continue to bless America. We want to thank you for watching this documentary. And don't forget to tell your legislators to say no to House File 826. If your legislator agrees to say no, also tell him or her to say something during session to convince other legislators to vote no. We encourage viewers to read articles, letters, tell your neighbors, friends, and social media. Give them a copy of this documentary or any other way to let people know about the assault on our children. Thank you for acting to promote the innocence of Minnesota's children.
Thank you.